Hello, this is Peter Ward. I'd just like to talk about some of the new features in GPX Magic 2.2.9 which are there to help some of you with some more unusual requirements. First of all, let's start with how I can make a Magic Road out of my own logo. I'm going to use this lovely auto tracer facility here. I can find the PNG source of the logo, which is available in a few colours. You may want to use these logos if you're publishing your Magic Roads. I can set some options for the conversion. I want the output to be SVG, that's very important. The others don't really matter. And it does edge detection on the picture, and it works out the outlines of the shapes basically. So I'll download that SVG file. Then we move across to GPX Magic and notice the new little thing at the bottom there, extract piles from SVG. Point that at the SVG file and you'll see that it's actually downloading a number of files automatically. What it's doing there is ripping the path information from the SVG. That might not mean anything to you, but if we load this individually, we'll see that each of those is a fragment of something that might or might not be a track, and I'm looking for one particular one. It'll be obvious when we see it. There we are. Let's just change the visuals so that it's not buried in the landscape. There we are, the word magic. That's what I was after. So each element of that picture becomes a separate track. That may evolve in future releases. So there we are. That is already something that I could use as a basis for a road. But where is it in the world? The answer is it's at latitude and longitude nearly zero, which is just off of Ghana. If you're interested, and I don't really want it to be there. I'd like that to be somewhere local to me. So what I'm going to do is move the map. Just nice to see both things at the same time. I'm going to move the map around here and zoom in on the Chilterns. Just randomly, one of my most popular cycle areas. So wherever I click on the map will be where the route goes. Yes, that happens when you click on the map. It goes back to the nearest point on the route, and to stop that behavior I'm going to click on this little padlock here, and that detaches the map window. There's information about that on a much earlier video. So if I repeat that process, zoom in on Flaundern and click, you see that it doesn't actually lose that position. Now I open Lift and Shift and I say, yep, please recenter, and it has moved the Magic Road from off the coast of Ghana into the Chilterns. It's at the wrong angle, so I want to turn it round by 90 degrees, or any angle you choose really, and zoom in and we can read that. It's a little bit of a short route, so perhaps the next thing we'll do is make the route a bit longer. Yeah, not very interesting countryside there. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, making it longer. See the slider, I can make it shorter or longer, and the button tells me how long roughly it's going to be. I can go up to 10 times, but I can repeat this process more often if I need to. So let's make a 25k loop out of that. No, let's make a just under 40k. That's a nice little ride. And okay, it's fine, but there's some terrain there that I'd really like to pick up, and as you can see in our 3D view, it's still a pretty flat route. So the last button here is to load the terrain from the map. Now it's not super accurate terrain data, but it is better than nothing, and it's cheap. You could also load this into Strava or Komoot and apply the elevations and then reload it back into GPX Magic. Other possible uses of this, I might just have a route that I'd like to do. So Lassettes is one of my favourite little loops. It's got hills and descents and stuff. But I just want to mess with people's minds, and maybe I want to do that again locally. So I could just quite quickly move that to Watford Okay, and I could maybe not change the elevations this time, so I run that route through, make a magic road, ride it in RGT and play with my friends' brains when they go and look at my Strava history. And the other way around, let's just take a nice local route here, the very flat Hillingdon cycle circuit, which is almost exactly a kilometre in length. And I'll say, well, that's fine, but let's mess with people again. Let's go and drop that somewhere in the Swiss Alps, which are sort of here-ish on the map. Doesn't really matter where I put it, there's a national park there, so let's drop it in there. Again, having dropped it, I'll say, well, we've got plenty of space in that park, so we'll make it a bit bigger. We'll wind that up to 15k or so. And if we look at the map, you'll see that, wow, it's a lot hillier there than it is in Hillingdon. So much so that I've actually confused my own rendering. But it doesn't really matter because you can get the gist of that, I think. It's extremely hilly. And that compares fairly well with the terrain view on the map. Just line those up together. Let's put some terrain in on GPX Magic for comparison. Okay, and there is a enlarged version of Hillingdon Cycle Circuit draped over the Swiss Alps. Not suggesting you want to ride that, but anyway, you're the creative people. I just provide the tools. I hope you have some fun with this.